moving over to the NBA, per ESPN, they are targeting the 2027-28 season for when expansion teams will begin playing games. And, it's pretty obvious, right? We're going to get Las Vegas and Seattle most likely. And there's some outside contenders, but those are the two ones. The NBA has been experimenting in Vegas a lot already. And I have my own thoughts on that. I think Vegas is more of a touristy culture, so attendance might fluctuate from game to game, especially in an 82-game season like the NBA. But, they clearly want to go to Vegas, and they want to test the market there with, the Las Vegas Aces, the in-season tournament, the Summer League, whatever it might be. They are going to Vegas. And then Seattle, there's just been such a call to have the Supersonics back. Everybody loves the Sonics, just whatever it was, the aesthetic of it, or whether it was, you got to watch Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, and you just grew up watching those guys, right? Whatever it might be, everybody loves Supersonics, so those two teams are probably going to come, Vegas and Seattle. I think expansion is only good for the league because there's just so much parity right now. You've got the eighth man on the roster could be a starter somewhere else, in a less talented era, right? But there's just so much talent in the league right now that those guys don't get a chance to shine. They don't get to be a starter. They don't get to be the number one option on a team. And so adding new teams, you can kind of alleviate that. They're going to take some of these guys in the expansion draft who have potential to be really, really key pieces for a franchise, but they just don't have the opportunity where they're at. So then when the expansion team comes in, they get a new, fresh start, and they get to go to Seattle or Vegas. And these are big markets. These are, especially with Seattle, they love basketball over there. And then for Vegas, that's just a huge market, regardless of if it's more of a tourist attraction or somewhere that people are actually going to consistently go. But whatever the case might be, they're going to have these new flashy cities that they can go play in. So they'll be excited. They'll be motivated. And they can be the key point, a turning point in a new era for this franchise, for Seattle, because they had a team way back. And for Vegas, they have the keys to start this franchise and set the tone for the future. So I think the players will be excited about it as well, because not only do they get to, kind of mark a new turning point, mark a new era for this franchise, but they also get a chance to just shine in their own right as a player and show what they can do and what they couldn't do as the eighth man on a roster. So I think expansion is good for parity of the league, and obviously it's going to bring in money, right? And the NBA is a business at the end of the day, so they're going to do what makes them the most money. That is their goal, right? And it's going to do that, especially something like Vegas. So I understand on all levels why expansion is happening, and I think it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait until we get closer. I'm going to be doing mock expansion drafts, whatever it might be. Just tons of stuff about that. It's a super exciting time to be an NBA fan for sure, with a little level of talent around the league, with new expansion teams coming in. I cannot wait for Vegas and Seattle to get a team. I think it's going to be very interesting, especially with Vegas's attendance. I'm very, very interested in that. And then for Seattle, it's going to be great. I would love to go to that first home game in Seattle in about 20 years. So 27-28 season, that's when we're expecting it to happen. It's going to be Seattle, it's going to be Vegas, and it's going to be a fun time.